Hello, my name is Dr. Simone Bahou, author of Ascension, Book 1, Me versus You. Today we are going to keep moving forward and talk about how to connect and communicate with your spirit guides. Last week we talked about stimulation of the pituitary gland and the 7 chakras. Stimulating those is part of learning how to connect and communicate with your guides. But the bottom line is that what this entails is stimulating the 70% of the non-functioning brain as opposed to relying on the 30% of the functioning brain, which is the me versus you part. The 70% of the non-functioning brain is the me and you part, or the love part, that we have to open up. So basically the steps are the same as with stimulation of the glands in the pituitary gland, increase brain functionality. So you'll first start with playing with energy like we did before in the chakra and the pineal and pituitary gland stimulation video that I did last week. And you're looking for that pinpoint stimulation where you're creating an energy ball that you will at some point, when you feel comfortable, I count to 33 because I like threes, place your head inside it like this and angle the pinpoints to stimulate the central location of your brain where the pineal and the pituitary glands are. I do about 10 seconds in each one, and you'll feel exactly where your hands need to be based on how much stimulation you're getting in the palm of your hand. 10 seconds, and then to the pineal gland, and then you'll hit the chakras. 10 seconds. Right to crown, third eye, very important, right? Mouth, right? Heart. Good. You want to be able to feel that. Go down a little bit further, getting into the guttural area, the solar plexus, sacral, and then of course the last chakra at the bottom, which is all about balance. And you want to remember that you're here on Earth, okay? You're not on some other planet, even though you may believe that you are from some other planet. This is Earth. You came here to do a job. What your guides do for you once you learn how to connect with them in terms of stimulating that 70% of the brain as you clear out your past, going through the meditation that I just went through with you, to rectify, past me versus you experience that your soul feels most important for you to clear out at this point. You reclaim the lost or dispersed energy, because once you experience a me versus you experience with somebody, you never stop spinning the negative energy in their direction. So once you rectify it, you stop spinning that, you bring that energy back. That's what helps you learn who you are and what you came here for. The more me versus you experiences you have in your life, the more life becomes cloudy and you soon just forget who you are and what you came here to do. When you're a baby, you know what you're here to do. By the time you reach, I don't know, 30s, you have forgotten. You're so indoctrinated at that point, you don't even know what you're doing. Your life is about getting married, having a car, having a home, having kids, moving forward in that direction, which is not a path and a purpose. It's a noble thing to do here, procreate and create a home and a car, but that's not a purpose. Just so you know, purpose is something that adds into all, where we all experience more peace, love, and joy. And it's not a me versus you thing. It's not about gaining more than somebody else. It's about giving more. So once you have done this enough, you'll start to hear and see things differently within your reality, meaning you'll realize that your guides have been communicating with you for a long period of time. For me personally, until I developed this way of stimulating the brain for you to find out who you are and what you're here for, respectively myself, Mary Magdalene being one of my guides, along with Horus, the one-eyed falcon sun god, was communicating with me because I actually wrote a song about her, unknown to myself, having to do with casting of the stones, and Jesus saying, the one who has not sinned may be the first one to cast the first stone. And obviously everybody had sinned, a la the 10 Commandments, which are all about me versus you and orientation as well. It's like this whole thing is just a spell that's been cast upon us that we need to break so we can, rectify what's happened, reclaim the energy, and experience reverie, which is peace, love, and joy for all of us. So in the beginning, like I said, they were communicating with me, and I didn't actually know that. Soon, Horus came to me when I had cleared out enough emotional debris, me versus you, past energy experience that was just depleting me from realizing who I am and what I'm here for, even though I had an inkling. It first started out being a hot flash was a yes answer to a question, and a no response, meaning no, would be there would be no hot flashes. As time moved on and I kept up with the meditations, the greater my ability to hear them, although sometimes it was confusing. And then as I cleared out more emotional past, because this is about healing your past. When you die or have a near-death experience, you do a life review. So, for me, it was like, well, why don't I just do a life review now and find out what the heck this whole thing is all about? So, those were the questions that I personally asked. But like I said in the beginning, you know, the communication was, you had to be really, really quiet to hear. Nowadays, they're just chatterboxes in my head, which is really funny. It's like sometimes I'm like, okay, enough. But it's led me to this point on this path. And this path is all about ending personal suffering and war. So if you want to learn how to connect with your guides, you have to open up your chakras, stimulate your brain, stimulate the 70% of the non-functioning brain, go back and heal your past, reclaim the energy, remember who you are from an experience, understand and know, as in knowing versus knowledge. Knowledge is me versus you. Knowingness has to do with your purpose and your path, and that is the way to communicating with your guides, because they are here to help you fulfill your purpose and reason for being here, your path, which comes from essence, which is who you truly are, and effervescence, which is love. When I say truly who you are, what I'm saying is that who you think you are, egotistically speaking, is not who you are. Okay? Just want to be very, very clear on that. So go out there, talk to your guides, find out who you are, fulfill your purpose. Go to SimoneBahou.com and get a copy of my book, Ascension. It goes more into deep conversation about this. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening.